The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Go Cowboys! This is Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign, trusted by over 500 NFL players for their winning smiles. And broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your host, Nicole Hutchison.
What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. I'm Nicole Hutchison alongside Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison. Ladies, what's poppin'? It's Wednesday. How y'all doing?
I'm glad you said what day it was. I forgot already.
Because I'm a little, my spirit is a little behind.
Is it?
Short week.
Short week.
Wake up!
Oh, we trying.
Wake up!
There you go.
Front of the, I don't know.
Get ahead of it.
Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Guys, are y'all good?
Yeah.
Good.
Morning?
It
It is the morning.
It's mid-gloomy
Every time.
outside.
Great day.
Yep.
Closer to the Cowboys playing Philly?
Was Thanksgiving next week, yeah?
Yeah.
Isn't
Time's
that crazy?
flying.
We got to do some Thanksgiving things. What food y'all waiting on?
Crazy.
Mac and cheese. I eat
my
a whole,
favorite.
whole plate by myself.
Yeah, if you in the
care
chat, drop in the chat, in
Thanks.
the comments, what you excited about next
That part.
week.
That part is a lot to be excited about. Well, not, I don't know, mixed emotions. Cowboys have done some roster changes, some transactions. They've waived linebacker Damone Clark yesterday and activated from injured reserved defensive tackle Perrion Winfrey. They also released Wesley French, the center, who came in on practice squad before the season. But just talking about a guy like Perrion Winfrey, of course, Solomon Thomas missed last week's game, Monday's game, because of a calf injury. Don't really know the timetable on him just yet, but this is a good time, I guess, for Perrion Winfrey to be coming back. Hasn't played at all this season, but had a really good camp. Talk about, what Perrion brings to this Cowboys defensive front that is turning out to be the strong suit of this defense, pretty much.
Do you ladies have any have any info on, if it's taking this long for him to get activated because of just the numbers game with the IR thing? I mean, because we see guys sometimes hit that 31-day window, and then they play the literal next week. But was it like a numbers thing? Was his injury more serious than we thought? Because it felt kind of random.
That's what I talked to him about.
Thank you.
It was
Yeah,
the
that's
injury.
why I'm asking.
No, you're good. No,
I'm
you're
so
good.
glad you know. That's why I was like,
No, it was the injury that took longer than expected that he expected as well. Okay. Now, he did say that, I think this was like 3 weeks ago when I did talk to him, and he said that he'd been working on his back a little bit more. I think I mentioned it on the show, trying to make sure he's been, running a lot more, get his back loose. But Brian Schottenheimer hasn't really talked about like the numbers game. Sometimes we do tend to know that they kind of wait a little bit longer for guys, because even a guy like Kalen Carson, they did that with, waiting till he was fully healthy. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure Shotty can probably
Yeah,
that
and even with Damone being waived, that's the numbers game, right? It's kind of how it has to be. So
I think a lot of people saw that coming. There's just who you got back, who you traded for. There just wasn't room.
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have, if you will, because it's stacked now. And I think the Perrion Winfrey, yes, with the injury. Same thing with Kalen Carson. I think there was times at Kalen that we looked and he could have came back early. And those aren't typically things coaches are going to tell you. Yeah. But you can kind of put together, right? We're running out of options. But it's something that's worked out the last two games. You mentioned it last show, and I'm excited to see what Kalen can do, because I know it has to be hard, again, to go through your rookie season, not getting a lot of play time, and then you see them making trades, bringing other people in, and kind of just getting passed by. So I think Kalen got his opportunity and took advantage of it, and that group looks a lot different. A lot of these groups look a lot different. Yeah. Like I said, I'm sad that it's week 11 and the defense looks like a real defense.
I know it's frustrating. It's frustrating, but we've seen teams about this time of year come on. Dallas didn't do themselves any favors, losing to the Cardinals, to the Bears, some of those teams. But we have seen teams go on runs during this time and put themselves in position for somebody to lose a game, or for somebody to say ouch or something like that, for them to get into, the other situation that we're not going to say out loud, because we shouldn't be saying it out loud yet. But to answer your question, Nicole, and Perrion Winfrey coming back, man, if I'm Dallas Edges, I'm like,
what up?
Just another.
If I'm the edge group in Dallas, I am ecstatic, that this interior of the defensive line just keeps, again, we talk about Solomon Thomas. He's been graded as one of the best run stoppers at the 3-tech position all year. He's out with a calf right now. And then you get Perrion Winfrey. Hopefully you'll get him back. And then you'll get Perrion Winfrey back, who we talked about really showed up during camp. We saw him in preseason. This is a guy that's incredibly talented, has dealt with some stuff off the field, but you see just the ability to get off the line of scrimmage, to play long, to be able to extend, to really drive back guards and centers. And he has some flexibility on where you can move him. So to me, if I'm a defensive end for Dallas, I'm sitting here like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
Because if that interior draws all that attention, then that should free you up. That should free up you. I know your linebackers are excited. Oh, I got to see that quote from DeMarvion Overshown talking to Quinnen. I thought that was really dope. He was like, hey, bro, I got you. Like, they're going back and forth. And I love that because that's the game within the game. And we've talked about this season, communication, guys playing in position, guys playing for each other. Mm-hmm. There's times on film that you see guys waiting for the other guy to do his job. We didn't see that this past week. So I'm excited for the defensive line to come from where they started off at the beginning of the year to kind of be getting in reinforcements at this time, despite the fact that it feels a little late because Bree listen, this took too long for me.
A little bit too long.
It's improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's improvement.
Very much so.
Baby steps.
We got hope in the holiday seain.
I mean, you
Anything
going
is
up,
possible.
You're right. You going up against a Philly interior that's struggled.
Yeah.
They ain't the Raiders, but they ain't had the best time.
Yeah, it's not going to be
They ain't had the easiest time.
not going to be a cakewalk.
Don't look at what are you bringing out the notebook for?
Oh, I pulled out the notebook and it said Kyrie Lyman talking about changes.
I thought you were about
okay.
to pull Christy. I was ready. I like when she pull out the book.
I know.
The glasses go on. It
You know
gets
she's been
intense.
spit
Yes.
backs. How does he kind of, because now you have a Kenny Clark, of course, you're seeing that what that interior looks like. Even Osa, those two guys per PFF ranked the top 2 interior defensive linemen this week. How does Perrion's skill set kind of complement a Quinnen Williams, would you say?
I think.
Go ahead.
I think it allows. We got to see Kenny Clark play more 3-tech this past game.
Yep.
So I think it allows someone like a Perrion Winfrey. It just makes that interior versatile, and it allows you to move guys around and be interchangeable and be multiple, like Ryan Schottenheimer has talked about. Also, too, another thing that I hate to talk about. I know Bree hates to talk about it too. When you got to pay people.
Oh, I was like, what do I hate?
Also, Diggy Zua is one of the higher paid defensive linemen. Obviously Quentin Williams. We don't know exactly what's going to happen with Kenny Clark at the end of the season. I would love for Dallas to bring him back and to continue to keep him on this roster. But if a guy like a Perrion Winfrey shows some promise, he's, not as expensive, I'll say. Maybe that's something like his improvement shows things, maybe helps out some of the decisions you make later. Not saying that I would love to keep Kenny Clark. But as many guys as you can get some production from will help. But more than anything, it's just that Perrion can make it easier for your 3-techs to be 3-techs and not to be 1-techs. Mm-hmm. And that's where we saw Osa have his better game of the season. I think Kenny Clark looked better than we've seen him look in the previous couple of weeks. So it just makes guys' jobs easier.
It feels like all the pieces are coming together in every person that's coming in additional. Like you're hoping Perrion Winfrey is showing, again, what we've only seen in camp. But if he's able to, he just makes the guy to the left of him, behind him, better. The same thing like you were just talking about, Quinnen Williams. Demo, I got you. I'm going to do my job. They're not getting past me, so you could play free. And I think, going back to camp, we were, I don't know a better word than settling, but we were settling for Osa and Solomon Thomas being those guys, asking Solomon Thomas to, do something a little bit different than what he's used to. And then as soon as Kenny Clark, and then it's the same thing. You're like, okay, so then you're looking at this as like, all right, Solomon kind of gets knocked a little bit, right? Then you counting on Osa and Kenny. And then when Quinnen Williams come in, again, now who you thought was your best 2.5 weeks ago, now your best is your third best. That's
good
not a
problem to have.
Damn good problem to have at this point
Yeah.
of the season, right? So that's a strength of this team now.
Yeah.
And that is something we haven't been able to say a lot. And if you're listening to Eagles fans who are coming into here, they'll be a little bit nervous.
They should be.
They're a little bit nervous about what's building up. This ain't week one Dallas at all. Like, I was thinking about that again before the trade deadline. I was kind of like, is this defense worse than what, at week one? Because week one we came out like they hung in there with the Eagles. They hung with it, and we had a couple injuries, some people coming back, getting ramped up, and now this defense got a lot better. Now we'll get into it more on the defense with Philly tomorrow, I know, but that defense is for real. But it feels like this team has more of a chance going up this week, and it's going to be fun.
Ain't that crazy that this defensive line is the strong suit of this Cowboys
Interior
defense?
too.
I mean, it is wild because it's been something that you haven't, like I mentioned it yesterday. The Dallas defensive line has been built from the outside in for a very long time, and we've seen teams take advantage of it in the playoffs, in big games. Lord, that Bills game.
Please.
A couple years ago.
I do remember that.
I know you remember.
I was on the other side.
I'm sure you remember. And just the inability to stop the run. Just people just gashing you, and there's nothing you can do about it because you don't got enough size in the middle. It's very different. It's a different place to be in, but I love it because you're attacking, like, on the interior of your offensive line, you got some strong guys. And then on the interior of your defensive line, you got some strong guys. That's what some of the better teams do. The team you're about to go up against this week, they're still struggling on the interior sometimes, but they still build from the trenches.
Yep.
So that's a new thing for Dallas. We give Jerry a lot of crap and stuff, but they made some good decisions, from the George Pickens to the bringing in Logan Wilson to bringing in Quinn Williams. They've made some decisions that have helped. Even Solomon Thomas, that's a free agent signing. Kenny Clark, that's in the trade. They made sure in that trade, like, hey, we have to get a defensive tackle in this trade. They flipped it and reversed it.
Well, the Kenny Clark one, they kind of had to do something.
Well, I know they had to do something, but that was a part of the clause. That was a part of the clause. It's like, hey, in the details, like, we have to get it.
No more.
You're sickening. And I think
What's going to hurt you?
Go ahead. Per Spotrac, I believe they do have Kenny Clark for the next 3 years.
Awesome.
Sorry, my bad. And he has a potential out in 2026.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
Next
so
year,
that-
they
yeah, they
could,
gotta pay-
if they wanted to pay other people and others. Ugh.
Yeah.
Everybody got to eat.
Hey. All right, we're going to take our first break here. Dive into this Philly Cowboys matchup that's happening in week 12. We'll be right back.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
How does the cheerleader's hair always look so perfect? We asked, and they shared one of their biggest beauty secrets. If you want hair like theirs and confidence to match, use Babyliss Pro styling tools. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders use Babyliss Pro curling irons to get those perfect game day curls. To get the hair you see on the cheerleaders, head to BabylissPro.com. Use the code Cowboys20 for 20% off Babyliss Pro tools, the official styling tools of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Get the discount while it lasts. Offer may be withdrawn at any time at advertiser's discretion.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
All right, Cowboys fans, this one's for us. If the men in your life bleed blue and silver like we do, I've found the perfect way to elevate their game day rituals. Gillette just released their best razor in Cowboys colors, and it is everything a Cowboys fan could want. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor combines his Cowboys pride with Gillette's best shave. And with 50% longer lasting blades, it is truly the gift that keeps on giving. Get it while you can at Gillette.com/NFL. Gillette's best shave is also available as heated.
Celebrate the season at Cowboys Christmas Extravaganza, powered by Reliance at the Star in Frisco. Join us every Friday and Saturday night from November 21st to December 20th for an electrifying holiday performance. For details, visit thestardistrict.com.
Woo! Welcome back into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign. In the SWBC studio, Nicole Hutchison, back with Brianna Aldridge and Aisha Morrison. We got Philly again this week, y'all. Are y'all feeling good about it?
I feel better about it.
Yeah?
Feel better. I picked my Chiefs game to be the.
You did.
Can't wait to talk about that.
Take it
I don't
back?
know how I feel. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I already said it, so I got to stand on
Yeah,
business.
yeah. Stand on
I'm not
business.
taking it back. But Eagles and Chiefs, I don't know.
I'm not taking it back as wild.
I'm standing on business. It's Thanksgiving. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I know. I'm skipping ahead here, but definitely feel good about feel better about the Eagles coming in now that I see the defense. I know it was against the Raiders, but I don't care. It's a lot better than what we've seen. And Philly got their own problems. It's just crazy because they keep winning games, y'all.
It's just, well, you talked about it earlier, is that this defense, and this happens, it happens to teams, is that there's parts of the season where like one unit's going to have to carry the other.
Yeah.
But that defense is it's not just carrying.
They not
That
nothing to play
defense is putting the offense in a duffel bag and toting that thing.
And
at
the
this
offense
point.
just has to literally just squeeze a little bit of lemon out the juice.
They can turn it on. They can turn it on. Like it's frustrating watching them because you watch them and you're just like, okay, they're struggling to run the ball. They're only like middle of the pack in rushing the ball, which is so weird for them. They're middle of the pack in points per game, 16th in the league. And then you look at their total offensive yards, they're bottom half of it. Like they're at the bottom of the league, 25th. So it's like, okay, you see what's going on with the Philly offense, and then you look at the Dallas defense where you're kind of like, okay, as they're improving, can they come on with it? But that Philly offense versus Dallas offense, Philly defense versus that Dallas offense is going to be the real test.
Yeah, you remember back in week 1 when, of course, the Cowboys lost by 4, but they had some help. They had a little help with that rain delay for about an hour. It was like an hour and some change.
It was weird.
It was weird.
I hated it.
Eberflus had some time to make some adjustments, but it seems like he's made some adjustments over the past week or so, and he's got the pieces, of course. But what stands out to you, Aisha, about this Philly offense? You already talked about it. Struggling to run the football, struggling to pass the football. 1 touchdown against Detroit last week. I mean, what the hell is happening over there?
It is a mixture of a lot of things. I think when you talk about it, obviously we always start up front with the offensive line. Yeah. They've had some changes on the offensive line, obviously losing Kelsey. They do have Dickerson in there. Tyler Steen is now their right guard? I think he's their right guard now. They've just had some guys get injured. Obviously Lane Johnson went out with the Liz Frank sprain. First of all, what is a Liz Frank sprain? What is that?
I don't want it.
Every time I've heard of that injury, it's always a serious injury. It's never like, oh, he'll be back in 4 weeks. I mean, we saw this injury almost take Jordan Lewis out.
Yeah, it sounds like a middle grade.
It's like a middle grade one, but like,
it's a
he
sprain,
bionic?
fracture, or dislocation in the midfoot where the long bones of the foot connect to the bones of the arc.
They're hoping he'll be back for the postseason.
I am so tired of how bionic Lane Johnson is.
This is 4th injury this season.
He's battled back from injury multiple times. But I say all that to say that this offensive line is not playing as well as it was before for Philly. That's a start of it. That's a big part of it. But then also the quarterback. And I love,
I love when Cowboys Nation talk about Jalen.
Yeah, listen.
I don't know. Megan, listen.
Listen. And then obviously Juergens is in the middle at center. Landon Dickerson is their left guard. He's one of the better offensive linemen. But Juergens as their center is from Jason Kelsey, one of the best, But the quarterback. I just think and the wide receivers are saying it in the nicest way they possibly can.
Are they?
I
believe so.
I'm not mad. Listen, I'm not mad at some of the things that
that ain't nice.
But AJ,
I'd have to fight him.
That was bold.
I don't care if I'm doing.
AJ straight up said,
"My wide receiver," and you tell people,
"Hey,
take you off your fantasy team.
Please.
You gotta see me.
Sit me, bro."
After the game,
he said, "Hey, sit me, bro." Like, hey, don't even.
I don't think he's there next year, but that's neither here nor there.
I think if they could have, they would have got with him this year. But there seems to be, some frustration with how stagnant and predictable the offense is now. Obviously, they've had some changes at the offensive coordinator position with I think it's someone in house, if I'm not mistaken, that they brought in now, like from Kellen Moore. Let me see, I can't remember.
Something like that.
But really, their inability to run the ball is killing them because they leaned on that so heavily last year, and I think that kind of overshadowed some of the stuff that the quarterback was struggling with. And I hate to say it, but the quarterback is just not seeing the field well enough to deliver the ball to these receivers when they get a chance. He doesn't trust his protection as much as he did before, which is insane to me because the nerve of you to just act like you can't be a quarterback no more now that you ain't got 5 seconds to throw the ball.
That's crazy.
Most teams don't have 5 seconds to throw the ball. You get one less second, and all of a sudden you can't go through reads. You need 5 seconds. And I like Jalen Hurts.
Are you okay? Why are you yelling?
Turn it down.
The mic is right there.
It's just the nerve.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm just.
It's all good.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. But it's just a lot of it is the quarterback. A lot of it's the quarterback. A lot of it is the new OC as well. But their inability to run the ball when they have leaned on that for so many years at this point. Because Saquon be getting hit behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's battled some injuries. I know he injured his hand in the second quarter against Detroit, against the Giants. I believe it was a calf or injury. But they have a guy in Tank Bigsby. My goodness.
You got it.
I got it.
You got it.
It was coming out sooner or later.
We got you.
That they that they got before the trade deadline. And just talk a little bit about him. What kind of difference does he make when he does come into the game? Because he's kind of like that relief guy when Saquon has battled those injuries.
Tank is a bowling ball.
Yeah.
That's what he always been.
I feel like the expectations for Saquon because of what he was able to do his first year there, and I don't really think it's his fault. I mean, the O-line has only played with their starting 5 one time this season. That is huge.
I don't feel bad for y'all.
That is huge. That is huge. So I think when Bigsby goes in there, 4 carries, 34 yards, and he's finding holes and he's getting that 17-yard run, but I don't think it's a fair measuring stick when you're feeding Saquon as much as you are. I don't know if that's going to change going forward, but I think it's a little bit unfair to Saquon because they expect him to do so much, but he isn't seeing the holes like he was last year, and I think that has a lot to do with the continuity that the O-line just hasn't been able to do because they've been decimated with injuries. And one thing about this offense is when they get to the red zone, it might not be that much, but when they get there, they score. They're the number 1 red zone in the offense, so that's something to keep an eye on as well. But for the run game, I think Aisha is totally correct. This is a team forever has been a run team first, and they can't do that. So it's forcing them to have to rely on in the air. And as many Cowboys fans will tell you, I love when they say Jalen's not a good quarterback. He won a Super Bowl, and they be like, but it wasn't him. I love it.
It's a fact.
I love
know what you do?
I love the conversation. I don't know who I'm always listening to somebody, and they're like, yeah, it was like Eagles are 6-2. But they're falling apart. Eagles are 8-2, but they're falling apart.
And
I'm
so
like,
weird.
I love Cowboys fans so much.
It's like being gaslit. Like it's confusing.
It's amazing.
It's frustrating to watch them because you watch them, and honestly, this offense it's run by Kevin Patullo. By the way, he was elevated after Kellen Moore. He had been there with the team for several years. When you watch the offense, you like.
But Jalen is taking care of the football, and I feel like. What is it, 4 interceptions this season, right? Which is kind of insane. But there's no risk happening either.
That's why that's what's
it's very predictable.
Part about it. Yeah.
So we know it's coming next. I don't know how they keep going, especially when you get to postseason, you're playing the best of the best. I don't know how you keep going, and we know it's coming next. And I kind of think about what Schottenheimer told us in the beginning of the season is why he was giving us all the boring stuff in the preseason. He's like, the one thing that we get as me calling the plays this year is that they don't know what I got. Everybody knows what Philly got.
That's fair.
They're showing it, and it's not working, and it looks like they just run into a wall. But the defense is so damn good that you just got to make one mistake, which is going to happen. And people are making the mistakes. Let's score, like you said, one touchdown. Do you think this Cowboys defense, I'm not going to talk about last week, but before, one touchdown was going to win us a football game? Absolutely not. So I'm a little jealous in that aspect.
No.
But
Straight up.
the run game, I mean, if the Cowboys defense, which looks like they could hang in there, can stop the run game, I feeling pretty confident about what could happen. At least keep it very, very much close and come to final minutes, seconds, whatever.
Do you feel like we've seen the increase in 5-man fronts. Do you feel like this could be an opportunity where, Eberflus does that a little bit more? Or with the vulnerabilities on their offensive line, is it more of a 4-man front?
I mean, the 5-man fronts, obviously they create one-on-ones. They let guys kind of go free. If you want to make plays behind the line of scrimmage, which we saw the Dallas defensive line do this past game, I think that Eberflus will do that. I mean, also too, something we saw in this game. Eberflus changed up his coverages.
That's fair.
I mean, they ran some cover 2, they ran some cover 1, they ran some cover 3. They were disguising. I said, okay, Big Blues, not the little one. This is what you've been wanting to do. This is some of the things you've been wanting to do. Yeah. And again, you're going up against a quarterback that if you force him to have to pass the ball, he is not reading the field as well. When you talk about the interior, though, where Philly is struggling is where Dallas is becoming stronger. And so I do think, and Hurts is a quarterback that will eke through the A-gap. He will scramble a little bit if he needs to, but he has slowed down a little bit in that department as well, which I think matters as well, is that the RPO is not as heavy in this offense anymore because they got to protect the quarterback. Yeah. And so to answer your question, Nicole, I do expect more 5-man fronts. I do expect some timely blitzes. There were some simulated blitzes and some things that you see, Overshown is not 100% yet, but they are. But Eberflus did bring him from the linebacker spot a couple of times to blitz. I think we might see that a little bit more. Pressure this quarterback. I'm going to get into the numbers more this evening and look at kind of how he handles being pressured and things like that. But, yeah, I totally think that Dallas is going to stick to doing more 5-man fronts, which is what I think Flus wanted to do in the first place. He just didn't have the personnel.
Yeah.
And try to make plays behind the line of scrimmage to get them behind the sticks, to force this offense that is struggling to pass the ball consistently to have to get those third downs and those third and longs, hopefully, for Dallas that struggle on third down.
Going back to week 1, I know a lot has changed, but I do remember us having a conversation about them not having a spy on Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts, as much as everybody talks, that when he gets some open space, he can run. Saquon got a couple of big runs that game, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So getting into Eberflus and getting in his bag and changing stuff around, do you kind of think that they'll change it up this time around and have a spy for Jalen?
Possibly, especially, again, since they're struggling to run the ball. They're struggling to run the ball, RPO and run action and stuff like that. If you give the defense a little bit more to think about, that can create rush lanes and stuff like that. But, I wonder if Dallas feels it's necessary, but we have seen them deploy a Maris Leofau at times. We have seen them deploy. Who spied that one game? Was it Murray? It was one of those gentlemen. So maybe we do see one of these linebackers kind of have the responsibility of watching him and see what happens there. I don't know if it's as necessary because of how bad they ain't running the ball, but ain't nobody got time for him to be getting.
Yeah. I feel like when they play, I don't know what they play like their best ball once I think it's gonna be on both ends when they go against each other. Because to be fair, Dallas, like when Green Bay came up in here, I was a little nervous at that time. But the way they were able to hold, it's like they play up when they have that competition, and then when they have a team that they're supposed to beat,
lay down.
Yeah, and I hate it.
Well, he has 6 rushing touchdowns on the year, Jalen Hurts. So that's, again, it is something that he can do, and that, to your point, Nicole, to your point, Bree, is that this is one of the more efficient teams in the red zone. So I do expect for it to happen. I just don't. This defense is still getting their legs under them. We saw a lot of rotation at the linebacker position and stuff like that. If they are going to have a spy, then you need to stick with.
Yeah.
You need to stick with who's going to be playing and who not. And I will say that, Kenneth Murray had less snaps than Logan Wilson.
Jalen Hurts led the team in rushing when they played the Cowboys in week 1 with 62 rushing yards on 14 attempts.
Yeah.
They also did a good job in the passing game. Again, we got to Thank you, rain delay, because it did help a little bit. Holding Dotson to 59 yards, Goddard 44, and, the rest was history. But when you're talking about the receivers on the outside, of course, secondary is improved because you have a good pass rush now. What matchups on the outside are you now looking forward to? Because if Philly can't run the football. Hello, Deron Bland.
Ooh, I'm excited
Hello,
about Savon Ravel against A.J. Brown. I mean, I know, again, we tempering ourselves because he's just nugget and he's just coming back. But, y'all, his film was exciting for me to come back, to kind of see that twitch with him, to still see that speed when they asked him to play man. A.J. Brown is a very physical receiver, and I think that Savon matches that energy. And then you have Devontae Smith, who to me is one of the best route runners in the league. I don't think he get enough love. You got a Deron Bland that's looking like he's getting a little bit more confident, kind of playing like how he was before. And this pass rush is allowing these guys to kind of take some risk. That quarterback will throw that ball a little late. So you know,
well, and they were able to take the receivers out week 1. That was the big storyline too there. So if they can do that again, it's going to be huge. And they've been trying to figure out ways to get A.J. Brown the ball more, and it hasn't really been working out successfully. So really, Devontae Smith is really who you have to, once he's out, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
And Dallas Goedert. The Dallas Goedert, too, I think is an important part of that, Bree, like you were saying, is that, when Devontae Smith does lead the team in receiving, he's one of the more comfortable targets for Jalen Hurts. But Dallas Goedert is a dude. And we got to see a number of guys kind of defend Brock Bowers this past game. I was surprised by how many gentlemen that Eberflus put on Brock Bowers. We saw Deron Bland on him a couple times. We saw Kalen Carson on him a couple times. I said, Lord, Logan Wilson was in coverage on him a couple times. I was like, all right, so everybody is... We're committed to not letting him beat you. So we'll get to see if Flus has a similar mindset with how important Dallas Goedert is to this offense as well. It's changed a lot, though. He used to be so much more involved for them.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, I guess when you can't get your run game going, you can't really open up.
He's blocking, right? Yeah, you're right. That's a good point, girl.
We're going to take our second break here on Girls Talk, Boys Talk, and be right back.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
How does the cheerleader's hair always look so perfect? We asked, and they shared one of their biggest beauty secrets. If you want hair like theirs and confidence to match, use Babyliss Pro styling tools. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders use Babyliss Pro curling irons to get those perfect game day curls. To get the hair you see on the cheerleaders, head to BabylissPro.com. Use the code Cowboys20 for 20% off Babyliss Pro tools, the official styling tools of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Get the discount while it lasts. Offer may be withdrawn at any time at advertiser's discretion.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
All right, Cowboys fans, this one's for us. If the men in your life bleed blue and silver like we do, I've found the perfect way to elevate their game day rituals. Gillette just released their best razor in Cowboys colors, and it is everything a Cowboys fan could want. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor combines his Cowboys pride with Gillette's best shave. And with 50% longer lasting blades, it is truly the gift that keeps on giving. Get it while you can at Gillette.com/NFL. Gillette's best shave is also available as heated.
Capture frame-worthy holiday photos with Santa at the Star, presented by Monument Realty. Santa will be spreading holiday cheer from November 21st all the way through Christmas Eve. For more information and to book your visit, head to thestardistrict.com/Santa. Register before December 7th to save $5.
Ho, ho, ho. I tried to.
I was not expecting that. I'm going to tell you right now, I was not expecting that.
Ho, 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 ho,
Right?
ho.
How are you always prepared?
He's
kind of sick.
He is kind of sick.
I got it.
We love it. We appreciate it. Welcome back to Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign. Nicole Hutchinson, Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison. Wake up!
Mm-hmm.
I just needed that.
We wait.
Are you sure?
It's Philly week.
Wake
What
up!
you mean?
Thank
Gotta-
you.
you gotta be.
See,
What you mean?
This is
People
what I've
acting
been
like it's
waiting
not
for.
hate week. It's hate week.
Come on now.
Philly
Aisha.
week.
Bree, where's your energy?
I love it.
She not, you
Don't
know,
do
she
this.
Sit on the table.
she's
Don't do this.
Just something.
she's emotionally disengaged, so
Please.
you know she can't.
I'm here. Mentally, physically, I'm ready.
Screaming. We were talking about, of course, corners, matchups on the outside. Talk a little bit about who you feel has given you the most confidence that this defense can go out there, aside from Quentin Williams. Sorry, because I was going there.
It's a cheat.
Nope. Aside from Quentin Williams, who on this defense has given you the confidence that they can go out there and beat Philly?
Just one.
Go. I got mine. Go.
Just one person. I don't got mine.
Uno.
I do. They scare me.
Una persona.
Oh, muffin. They scare.
Scare you?
They scare me a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
It's just one game, y'all. To be fair, it's been very inconsistent.
That's fair. And
But we had a different look.
Raiders.
We had a different look about,
Yeah.
especially the corners. Like I'm like, is that what they're gonna keep doing going forward? Is that the plan?
Is it a fact?
please,
Is it a fact?
who's your person?
She's.
I let Aisha go because I feel like I know her person. I don't want to say her person.
Oh, it's the quarterback. It's the quarterback. The quarterback see Philly.
Wait, no,
it's a happy day.
Cowboy defense?
He's basically.
Cowboy
Wait,
defense.
what?
It's
Okay,
fine.
maybe I didn't know Cowboys.
Fine, because I'm over here like the Cowboys. I
got
ain't worried
confused.
about playing Philly because the quarterback don't be caring about playing Philly. He played them strong, played himself every time. But for me, defensively, I
There
would
you
say
go.
Donovan Izaraku.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I
That's a
think
good one.
Donovan Izaraku. How many times have you gone up against an offensive line and been like, ooh, one of their starters is out. Ooh, they interior not that strong. And we come back and we be like, they didn't even breathe on the bleep. They didn't even pinch the beep. They didn't do nothing.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't even do nothing. Donovan Izaraku. Fred Johnson ain't no bad player for, like he's a steady veteran. He's played the game for, 7 years and all that stuff.
Whatever. That's crazy.
Whatever. He's been with the team since 2002. He's filled in as he's needed to.
On both sides too.
But he's not Lane Johnson, and I do think that I think that some of the blitz packages off the edge, and also too Donovan Izaraku coming on with it. That's a matchup that I hope that they can take advantage of. So I'm gonna say Donovan Izaraku.
I like it.
Defensively, I'm gonna go with Deron Bland. I think just because tore him up enough when he had the off game, that was a little bit uncharacteristic. He's getting whooped on. He was getting picked on, and they were. I think it says a lot when another team targets who at that point was your number one corner on the field. But I think he had a great bounce back game. I think just seeing him flying around, like I would look and it looks like somebody's gonna get some yardage, and he would just come down and explode and get the tackles and looks more confident. And I think that says a lot, especially he had a tough game. He had a tough outing the week before. It was like, what just happened?
His feet was scaring me. I was like, what's wrong with your feet?
But
Your feet don't be doing that.
when you have who we think Revel going to be out there, when you have a Carson's going to be out there, these are guys who haven't played a ton of football. I think Bland kind of sets the tone for you talking about the veteran piece out there who's showing up consistently outside of little blip there of the game. So I'm going to go with Bland.
Mine was Kalen Carson.
Okay.
Just a step that he's taken. Even Shoddy talking about him yesterday in the press conference and saying that his intentionality has improved in the way that he I know, right?
Sounds important.
I know.
I'm just,
Okay, sorry.
yeah, it just made it sound
As a woman, I
Great.
love me some intentionality.
intentionality, you know, about the way that he practices, the way that he approaches the game now, sense of urgency as well. It really hadn't been there, but you can see it even on the field. It definitely improved in terms of the way that he covers, a little bit more physical. And we know last year he had a day against Philly. So I don't want that to happen again. But I'm a little confident in this secondary. Sabone Rebel, of course, I don't know how many snaps he will potentially take.
Hopefully, take a little tick up a tick.
Yeah,
because he
he had-
did 19, and they had
Yeah.
him doing right side, left side. Okay, let's play you in some nickel. I said
Yeah.
he only played. I think he only played like one snap in a nickel, but it did look pretty. He's not scared of nothing. I said, all right, and don't he look all like the Slender
Lengthy-
Man out
lengthy. Yeah.
there? He looked like the
Yeah.
Slender Man.
flying?
He long.
I hate you.
He long. His arms is long. And it was funny because when I looked at him and Trayvon Diggs during
Get your hand
camp.
out my shot.
Oh, it's in the shot.
It is. It really is.
Oh my God,
What's
y'all.
happening?
It's getting colder. I'm getting light. Oh, I'm about to fade away.
I need her to focus.
Yeah. It's
Oh.
all
Yeah,
right.
she in my
It's all right.
shot.
Yesterday, fun fact, yesterday also on Cowboys Hour, he had Brad had asked him as well.
Yeah, come on.
Well, not about that part, but it was about him being able to play everywhere. And so he had said, you know, if you had an opportunity to say, hey, coach, I want to play inside, I want to play outside, where would you be? He was like, everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that was literally the
That's
answer.
how he said it.
Yeah, no, like that's literally how I said it. So it's great. He's a very confident kid. So considering that everything that he's gone through, he like fractured his skull because, you know, he got in a bad car accident. He's broken his hand from the ACL injury. He's been through a lot of injuries, dealt with the loss of his sister. It's been a long ride for him. And so considering, you know, he's finally gotten his opportunity, his last time he played a game was 430 days before the Raiders. So
Oh, wow.
430 days before he played a football game. And so he kind of tempered his expectations for himself and just kind of attacked rehab every day like Shotty had mentioned. And yeah, a lot to look forward to with him.
Shout out to Britt Brown.
Yeah.
Shout out to Britt Brown, those
bring
guys.
these players
like,
back to life.
you hear me? And shout out to modern medicine. Because, I mean, all these doctors, all these people who do these things, I mean, honestly, like ACLs used to be career enders. And, you know, we see
I'm still
guys
hurt.
come back.
I'm just saying.
What you just say?
I don't think they did mine right.
You didn't get.
Are you walking
You didn't get
different?
the.
It's
Oh, mine hurts.
You didn't get the stem cells too. So, you know, you gotta
I
get.
think
You
I
gotta get all of
I got the
it.
discounted surgery and rehab. That's fine though.
But shout out to the him working hard to get back and to feel like corner is a confidence position. A lot of it is. It's very similar to kicker in a sense to me. Is that once they get in their head, it's downhill from there. You've talked about that numerous times, Bree. And I just think for him to come back so confident, to not be wavered at all, this is the same guy that you saw in interviews and stuff prior to the draft. So I'm excited for him, y'all.
I love that. I love that. What's one matchup you're most excited for?
Ooh, I can't wait to hear Breeze.
I'm going with the tackles. I think Lane Johnson being out is huge, and I think sometimes the tackles. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna start up front with this team, 110%. If you can hold it down in the front with the trenches, we're talking about how good this defense is. I think it's going to have to be your offense who is spectacular. They cannot come out and have those weird quarters. This is not the team to do it against. Like the Raiders, you could get away with it. You can wake up in the second quarter and turn it up. I don't think you could do that in this game.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look at my tackles to set the tone. Let us do what we do.
I'm going to go linebackers. I'm going to go linebackers in the way that they cover, just because obviously Dallas Goedert, hello. We saw what Brock Bowers was able to do a little bit against our linebackers, but the interception from Marquise Bell and where Kenneth Murray tipped the ball, but I love the way that he, like his eye discipline was there. He was able to kind of turn around, make sure he was using his peripheral vision. Guys are seeming to have improved in eye discipline there in coverage. So, I'm looking for those linebackers to play a little bit better in coverage, and that's my matchup.
That's it. I mean, that's an important one. That's where people have been attacking you. Not my iPad dying.
It's fine.
My match, y'all. I know. I'm like, I be abandoning you, girl. I'm sorry. Matchup I'm looking forward to. I don't care who it is. Kenny Clark against whoever's on that interior. Again, I felt like this was one of his best games since he's been a Cowboy. Firing off the ball, super aggressive. He just looks like another guy not having to be the guy of the interior. That is the matchup that I'm looking for, is how much interior pressure. Like, I know you mentioned the tackles, Bree, but Kenny Clark specifically, if he has to take on, and if Quinn has to take on double teams, can Kenny Clark really take advantage of that and be that dominant guy and stopping the run early?
All right, well, hopefully the Cowboys can take advantage as well. Cowboys, Philly. Gonna be a good one.
What?
I'm excited. Do y'all want to have a what?
I'm ready.
You need some
It's
energy?
Philly week. I don't feel sorry for none of them. I don't care if y'all's offense is bad right now. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Respectfully, we don't.
I hope it stays how it looks.
Cowboy Center was out for almost over a quarter of a season. Nobody cared.
That part.
Don't care.
That part. All right. That's a wrap for today's show. For Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison, I'm Nicole Hutchison. We'll see y'all back here tomorrow.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!